You have seen a bicycle 10,000 times. You can probably ride one. You know exactly what it is, how it moves, what every part does. So let me ask you something simple. Draw one. In your head, right now, picture a bicycle and fill in the details. Where does the chain go? Does the frame connect to the front wheel or only the back? How many bars make up the body? The moment you actually try, something strange happens. The picture falls apart. Most people asked to draw a bicycle from memory produce something impossible. Chains looped around the front wheel or both wheels or nothing at all. Frames with bars running straight through where the wheel needs to spin. Pedals attached to the wrong place entirely. A scientist named Rebecca Lawson proved this. She gave people a simple outline of a bicycle, missing a few parts, and asked them to finish it. Just add the chain, the pedals, the frame. People who were completely certain they understood bicycles drew machines that could never roll an inch. And these were adults who ride bikes. This is not really a story about bicycles. It is a story about a hole in your mind that you cannot see. It has a name: the illusion of explanatory depth. It was discovered by two Yale researchers, Rozenblit and Keil, in 2002, and their experiment was beautifully simple. They asked people to rate how well they understood everyday things, how a zipper works, how a toilet flushes, how a car gearbox turns the wheels. People rated themselves confidently. Of course I understand a zipper. I use one every day. Then came the trap. The researchers said, fine, now write a detailed, step-by-step explanation of exactly how it works. And people froze. Because when they actually tried to explain, out loud, every step, they discovered the explanation was not there. They knew a zipper had teeth. They knew it zipped. The entire middle of the machine, the part that actually does the work, was simply missing. Then the researchers asked them to rate their understanding again. The scores collapsed. Just trying to explain it had shown people they never really understood at all. The confidence was real. The knowledge was not. This is the illusion. You feel like you understand the world in rich, deep detail, but most of that feeling is a forgery. What you actually have are labels, and the comfortable sense that the details are in there somewhere. They usually are not. Why does your brain do this? Why would it lie to you about how much you know? Because most of the time, it works. You do not need to know how an engine works to drive. You do not need to understand electricity to flip a switch. We live surrounded by machines and systems no single person fully understands, and we get by because the knowledge is spread across other people, and we can borrow it when we need it. So your brain takes a shortcut. If you know roughly what something does, and you know you could look up the details, it lets you feel like you already understand. It saves you from drowning in the impossible task of truly knowing everything. The illusion is the price of living in a complicated world. But there is a sharper edge to this. Because the illusion is strongest exactly where it is most dangerous, the same researchers found that people overestimate their understanding most on complex issues. How an economy works, how a vaccine works, how a policy will play out. We hold fierce opinions about machines we could not draw and systems we could not explain. But here is the hopeful part, and it is genuinely useful. There is a known cure. Ask someone to explain in detail how their position actually works, step by step, and something softens. Studies found that people forced to explain a complex policy mechanically, not why they liked it, but how it functioned, became more moderate, less certain, more willing to listen. The act of trying to explain reveals the gap, and seeing the gap makes you humble. So the bicycle was never the point. The point is that your mind is full of bicycles. Things you are sure you understand, that would collapse the instant you had to draw them. The wise move is not to panic about it. It is to get curious. To occasionally stop, pick something you are certain about, and try to explain it out loud, all the way down. You will be amazed how often the chain is wrapped around the wrong wheel. Now you know. Or do you?